in the cabbage.
Welcome to In the Cabbage. This is crazy.
This is pretty bananas right now that we're actually doing this.
I'm Tommy Swain, Andrew Witt. Please subscribe, please listen, please download, like. And just a reminder, keep swinging. Heyo! Welcome back to In the Cabbage. It's your boy Tommy Swain, to my right, on my left, Andrew Witt.
Yo, what up?
What is up, brother? We are back for another sode.
Gotta love another sode here, huh?
Another sode. Hey, you can expect the boys to be a little bit more consistent with the sodes, I think.
We said that before, though, so we don't want to get the hopes up.
No, get your hopes up.
Actually, no, we're going to be erratic, sporadic. You never know where we're going to come from us. Less information, less sodes, and then we're going to surprise you.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about.
We're more of like a good surprise, under promise, over deliver kind of a situation. Just like that,
100%.
just like the product and the gear that it's eventually coming. Like we mentioned that like a year and a half maybe ago.
You know what? And that is the case. You know, things happen, life gets in the way. But before we start this episode, we have a great episode, great sode for you today. Before we start, though, I'm going to need you to like, comment, subscribe, like it again, share it with your friend, call your mom, say another episode's released. Do what you got to do to get this thing off the ground
Carrier pigeons, whatever do we got to do, homies?
Whatever you got to do via carrier pigeon. That'd be fire, though.
How sick would that be?
Yeah, you can send a message.
Can we start bringing back some of these old like traditions?
Yeah, send a message via carrier pigeon.
Yeah. What if we could make a keyboard like a typewriter sound?
They have that.
They do have that? Well, I've been living under a rock.
No, like a mechanical keyboard.
Yeah.
But they have like ones that are like really clicky.
Really clicky. Mm-hmm. It's almost too much, but like maybe it's just an accessory.
I like the idea of a carrier pigeon.
Okay, nice.
That's fire. Other old school traditions like sealing a stamp with wax. Some people do that.
That's fire.
Everyone should do it.
So you got your own like little like customized stamp. That's a really nice touch.
Yeah.
Really nice touch.
The Steindorf. Shout out to the Steindorfs. They do that.
Good stuff.
Good
I don't know
stuff.
if I'm familiar with the Steindorfs, but
Trent.
you know. Okay, there we go. I do know Trent. I'm like, wow, Mike, why are you throwing that out there so like, nonchalant? I guess it just, it's just the last name doesn't really flow around very often.
No, it doesn't.
It's just Trent.
It's always Trent.
Yeah, it's just Trent.
It's never Trent and Steindorf.
Yeah.
But anywho, buddy, lots of topics to talk about here. We're going to give you some sports up front. Let's just get right into it. Chargers lost their defensive coordinator.
Yep.
He's now the Ravens head coach.
I think we saw that happening.
I think that was reports. Made sense, I guess.
He's really great. And what he did with the team, with the personnel, we didn't really add a ton of pieces other than some like good secondary. And we were able to become that thing into like a top 5 defense, basically,
Yeah, I don't know his coaching route very much. How long? I mean, where was he before the Chargers?
He came with Harbaugh from Michigan.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
And then took over immediately top 5. I don't know much about his coaching tree, but it's interesting the Ravens got rid of their coach. I think that was a bad let go. I don't think that was really what the fix was.
I know. Sometimes a coach has been there for so long. Harbaugh was there for probably like 15 plus years.
Maybe
I don't know.
Just time.
Just maybe you're looking for just a culture shakeup. Just a new, fresh voice in the locker room.
Yeah.
It's just difficult to let go what you have, though, when it's so good.
It's like one of those coaches where they get let go and you're like, okay, he's going to get the first job, like first pick wherever he's going to go.
Right.
Like, it's just very, like, that's like, I don't know. If I'm letting go of a coach, I would also almost want to know the market value of what the coach would be getting if, like, he did
You could
leave.
put him on the trade block, too. You can shop him around.
Right.
Teams can actually trade you picks for that. And I was watching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers documentary on Amazon, and I had no idea they could even do this. And yeah, just because you're paying a coach and he has a contract and he's under that contract, or she for that matter, you can trade. And that's what happened with John Gruden when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traded him traded to go get John Gruden from the Raiders, actually. And they gave away 2 first-round picks for Gruden. I don't know if I've ever seen that ever since. I've never heard of that before. Sounds like teams should do that if you're thinking about moving on. Like, why didn't the Steelers do that with Tomlin? He's still under contract. Someone for sure would have traded a first-round pick or something for Tomlin.
Yeah, and something. I guess maybe you don't want to do that to your coach because then you're sending your coach to a situation maybe he doesn't want to be in. I get that's like different between players.
Fair.
Like, I guess it's like a different thing because it's like I don't know, because you do it to players, so why not do it to a coach?
Yeah, you're paying them all that money, dude. Like, all right, you're going to be fine. You're making $50 million the last 2 years. Like, okay, you can pick up your stuff. You can move across country, go buy a big-ass house over there, and go get settled. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the players still have families. The players still have families, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know why it's not seen as much, and that was shocking to me.
I bet you it's like because it feels like you're trading a manager. Like it'd be like you're trading your GM of your sports team.
Yeah.
It feels a little different than players. Because maybe you don't look as coaches as assets, technically. Even though they are.
I mean, you can argue that they're pretty much the key piece in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Brandon Staley leaves the Chargers. We get Jesse Minter as our defensive coordinator. Sure, Harbaugh has a lot to say with the defense as well, but turns it into a top 5 defense back-to-back years. And we were like bottom 5-10 teams the year prior. Brandon Staley was supposed to be a defensive-minded head coach. He was awful.
Where'd he go?
I don't know, man. Is he out of the league?
I don't think he's coaching in the league. He's probably going to a college team.
No clue. And then you have freaking Ben Johnson left the Lions. Offensive coordinator. Offense was not the same this year.
Yeah,
sure. They lost like maybe a lineman.
They also were a little banged up too.
They were a little banged up, but like they were an elite offense, like top 3 in the league for the prior 2 years. And then Ben Johnson goes to the Bears, and the Bears make it to, get past the wild card round. Yeah,
I think coordinators now, offensive coordinators now, seem like the people who get the jobs, and that's why I think Baltimore made a weird decision in signing Minter, a defensive-minded head coach. Because if you look at the top teams in the league right now, they're all offensive-minded head coaches. Very few are defensive-minded, like besides the Patriots. Was one defensive-minded coach that's in the Super Bowl now.
Yeah, Seahawks,
I would say, wouldn't you say that's more offensive-minded? They just have a really stellar defense.
What's his name? Mike McDonald? I thought he is defensive-minded.
I could be off. Hey, not an expert.
But to your point, though, I think the prior round or the prior round before that, when the 8 teams were still left, there was like 6 of those coaches. 5 of the 8 coaches were offensive-minded or something like that.
Yeah.
I do know what you're pulling on right now. I do see you.
I get the idea of like hiring a defensive-minded head coach, but one that's like unproven as a head coach in the NFL seems more scary to me than like a offensive-minded head coach.
Like Mike McDaniel, if you will, when he got hired to the Dolphins.
Yeah,
he was an offensive coordinator.
As scary because like you can have a bad defense but a stellar offense and still win football games, and you're also going to be...
Right. At least you're scoring.
Right. At least you have fans.
Yeah.
Where, like, if your team sucks and the games are like 14-7 every game and you guys are just losing by a touchdown, teams and coaches get a little more upset by that. That's just the nature of every sport this year.
The Saints head coach, and I'm blanking on the name, but he was our offensive coordinator the year prior. He's been having a successful year. Or he had a successful year.
Most offensive coordinators make sense to me why they're successful. They talk to the brightest stars. Defensive players aren't usually ego-driven in that way. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to handle stars. You got to handle, like, talent.
I think naturally as well, if you are trying to scheme an offense, you need to know what the defense is going to do. So an offensive-minded coach is like the graduated form of a defensive coordinator in my mind.
Look, the best offensive coordinator is a defensive-minded.
Yes. I think if you are an exceptional or great offensive-minded coach, that means that you know what works and what defensive schemes that you're going to see and how to counteract
Wouldn't you say the same thing about defensive coordinator, though?
Yeah. I guess you could.
But
it's just a big thing of like chess, essentially, right?
Yeah, you're just constantly playing. We're gonna trump you, and it's interesting because, like chess, there's always a counter to a move. Mm-hmm. There's always the best counter to a move, but it doesn't mean you're gonna win every time. Which I don't know, find interesting. That's like, okay, are they running an X defense? We have to go with a wide offense, and it's gonna work every time because there's this and this difference,
right? But then they could be showing this and then retreating into this, and it's just like
you would think NFL quarterbacks. Now the argument is NFL quarterbacks aren't that good because they don't sit with an offense in college for too long. That's like the new wave I'm hearing in football is that quarterbacks are coming in extremely underdeveloped mentally because they're not sitting with one offense for 4 years.
You can make an argument that when Phillip Rivers came back for the Colts, I haven't really seen a quarterback this year talk that much at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, maybe he was all like they had to put together like a specific kind of offense and call outs for him. But when the backup goes in or when someone that gets like Joe Flacco, I mean, maybe he does that a little bit, but I've never seen someone talk that actively at the line of scrimmage in a while since like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, that used to be like the normal.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to sit there and hear like call like Omahas and like all their set cadences.
Giving hot routes all over the place.
Right.
Peyton Manning would just call the plays sometimes in his years at the Broncos at times when he was like popping off. You just no huddle offense and just give hot routes and read coverages and check into other things.
I mean, that's kind of what you want from your quarterback nowadays. It's like, do you ever see Jackson Dart getting to that level where he's at now? I mean, it's going to take 3 years.
Yeah.
But like the difference is you have less high stake snaps in college where like you can play bad teams and try that and it works. Where in the NFL, like you're playing for your job every day.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're like messing around trying all these hot routes covered, and also the NFL defense is infinitely better than any defense you're going to face in college.
For sure.
So it's just you can't learn like that in college. Or like learn like that.
I think a lot of it too is the QBs nowadays work so much more on like their playmaking abilities. Like they're just so much more athletic too. Mm-hmm. They're scrambling. They're so much more successful with that. The intangibles, it's just normal now.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's just interesting. I wish there was more culture and more of a set offense and a little bit more in college. Then guys running all over the place. It's hard to put in like an actual offense for that development, and then it's maybe affecting them negatively in the NFL. And that's why I think a lot of the first round like quarterbacks that go to bad situations and bad teams, like you can't expect them to turn lemon into lemonade
anymore.
Like you can't. Yeah,
they just don't have the tools. They don't have like the skill set to come in and be like, okay, I know how to run an offense. They're like, great, what's your snap cadence? And people are clapping.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you gotta learn snap cadence to let alone a whole offensive playbook.
And the hours are so limited in the preseason too. What you can actually do with the guys as well.
And there's no contact, so there's no high risk. So no one's like really getting after it. But other than what else is going on? Chargers, new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel is awesome, bro.
Yeah,
do you like that hire?
I do. He's just a little awkward.
Very awkward.
But in like a fun tism way. You know what I mean?
He does. He's different, man.
Yeah, he just has that, which is kind of what you want, I guess. I want a little different offensive looking than the NFL. Like, I would love to see what he can do with an actual quarterback who can throw a football.
Tua was awful, and you can make an argument that he was the reason why Tua was even half decent in the league. I mean, that man's... he dropped off the face of the earth for his performance and what he was doing. I never thought his arm strength was that great anyways. You could just only throw between the numbers, and they could just run the ball really well, and they didn't have like the greatest offensive line. So if we get our tackles back, we got some key pieces.
We're going to need offensive linemen.
Bad, bro.
Just go draft offensive linemen, offensive linemen.
I'm excited for this draft. feel like I'm very locked in now with the Chargers of what we need. It's fun following along. We just need so many linemen, dude.
Just need linemen, need dogs.
Get the hogs, bro.
And then, you know what? I think during this, we have a huge amount of cap space. Go sign a wide receiver for Justin Herbert. I think what we were lacking this year is QJ. I think can be an option. I think he will be a better target for our new offensive coordinator. I think he'll be infinitely better as an option. You even saw him take leaps this year at times. I think he'll be a great option. And McConkey, I don't think can be a standalone one.
He's got to be your 2.
Yeah, I don't think
he's
he
okay.
can.
I think he's kind of like your new, like slot receiver.
I just
he
think
finds space.
The reason why I think Julian Edelman worked, because I would say they're very similar in the way they kind of play ball, is he always had the other threats there, where I feel like the Chargers had QJ, and QJ isn't like a threat in that moment.
Sure.
Like he wasn't like a deep ball threat.
Yeah.
At all
3rd
times.
and 8, gotta have it situation. You're gonna throw a back shoulder fade to QJ? No, you're not.
Right. So it's like, and then you just double team McConkey. So then where are you going? We have no tight ends really.
Sure.
We don't really have our running game stellar. We need our offensive lines, and we need a true offensive threat, whether that's a tight end piece or a wide receiver. Because I think a great tight end would be stellar for Justin Herbert.
There is supposed to be one really, really good one that's in the draft this year. But we went so heavy offense this past year. I think if we go, like skill players offensively, I think if we go more line based, I think that's going to be a nice thing for us.
You gotta go line. You got to get some rookies in there that are big boys that can learn. So if you have some veterans that go down, you can just sub in these rookies.
Because it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be injuries.
I mean,
we gotta.
Hopefully, you don't lose.
We gotta have some
4
depth.
linemen at some point.
Gotta have some depth, though. You gotta be prepared for anything. I mean, it's gonna happen, and who knows when Slater is gonna be back and healthy.
Yeah, if he comes back.
Because the patellar tendon like exploding like that, I can't imagine what the rehab process for all of that, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just a very severe injury. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm just very curious to see where we go, because I agree. I think we can get a key piece on offense. God, it'd be kind of nice if we would have taken maybe a gamble. If the Cowboys don't franchise tag George Pickens, could you imagine if we land him?
Yeah, he would look stellar for us.
Yeah, he'd be unbelievable.
I think George Pickens would kind of want that right now at this point. I think if you were saying who has a chance of winning the Super Bowl next year, right now, if you cut and dried with what we've done,
I know,
and what the Cowboys done, we just don't have
an option. If they franchise tag him, then he has to stay,
right? Which
is a little bit of a bummer. I need to look at like the list of wide receivers that are going on, that are tackling free agency. I'm curious to see what that list would look like.
There'll be some moves, and we have a ton of cap space.
So I think we have like 90 mil, dude.
Yeah, so it's time to go sign a dog. Go sign some linemen. Go draft some linemen. Go sign some dogs. Even if the defense is half as good as it was this year, let's say we take a step back, but our offense is going to increase significantly.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that.
We need one center, 100%. Bozeman's got to get out of there. We need one, maybe 2 guards, like starting legitimate guards.
Yeah, I don't want to see our ranking 75th out of 75th, 73rd out of 75th.
So bad.
Like, we got to have, I would love to see a couple top 10 linemen.
Yeah, we need those 3. Maybe a depth at a tackle position.
Yeah, or a combo guard.
We need either another D tackle or like a DN, and we also need a linebacker.
So we're just going hogs.
We need all the hogs, bro. And that's, to me, those are the most glaring needs.
And I think that's like the most important part of your game. You win the game in the trenches.
I think I do agree with you. I would love to have like a T. Higgins, because he was on the free agency. Let's just use him, for example. Look great to have him. A dominant, like kind of like alpha one, not quite dominant, like a CeeDee Lamb or like a Jamar Chase. Like, they're not going anywhere. Those guys are staying right there. franchises will not let him go.
Justin Jefferson.
I mean, dude, damn, we can get Justin Jefferson. That'd be unbelievable. But
I
just don't think they just like they paid him so much money for him to stay there.
He's not happy there.
No, because JJ McCarthy's ass right now.
And maybe you just go, we have to rebuild, so trade him.
Yeah.
Get us cap space, get us some draft picks.
Yeah, give us Brock Bowers maybe.
Brock Bowers would be
Raiders
stellar.
Are terrible, so.
Yeah, and they're going to probably draft Fernando Mendoza too.
Yeah.
So that'll be good for
luck
Tom
to them.
Brady.
So anyways, I that's why I think that if we go primarily just the big dogs in the middle and we scheme, I think we're going to have plenty of time to teams having to force to stop the run game. Mm-hmm. And I think we do have enough pieces with Trey Harris. If we re-sign Keenan as like that wide receiver 3-4 situation, we have Ladd and we have QJ. I think that's enough firepower. Aronde Gadsden's in his second year. You know, like Ladd's going to be in his third year, QJ in his fourth year. Like, that's when receivers kind of start picking up their pace a little bit as well.
Which I think QJ will. I do think QJ...
He had a big leap this year. I was about ready to lose faith, and you're right.
I think it's just that people need to know how to use him. Yeah. And every time he gets a new coach or something new, it looks better and better. I think this year he should have all the confidence in the world and realize he's playing for his career. He has a bad year and he takes a step back and doesn't keep going forward from what he did last year, he will get cut.
Yeah. Or you just really release him.
Release him or whatever.
Yeah.
But any other football comments? I mean, Indiana won college football.
Yeah, that was cool. It was awesome to see the Hoosiers like get the first title in like since like 1893 or something crazy, dude. TV. Did it even exist then? I mean, like, fact check it, dude. It's crazy how long it's been.
The coach kind of changed the landscape of college football.
Agreed.
I think now coaches are realizing if you can grab like a fifth-year senior or fourth-year senior or something where they have experience playing football and they're not going to be like this immediate draft pick and they kind of need a shot, but they're like good, solid dudes that like can learn a playbook and play together, like those are going to be the new high-value people. And I think that's going to be the case for every step forward now. Because I feel like back then that was the case for everything. Like, oh, he's a team player. He learns an offensive playbook or a defensive playbook. I think now more than ever, that's going to be more important because people are going to have to like get used to going to new colleges, being able to play with a team, have a good mindset, be a team guy, because now these coaches are going to draft these players who have been on 3 different college teams, learned 4 different college playbooks, and they're going to be like, come on in. And you'd be like, oh, he's proven. He's done it 3 different places, played well in every place.
Yeah.
He's a senior. He's older. He's going to like come in and be a pro. I think that's going to matter a lot. But hyped for Indiana. And I think we need to figure out the transfer portal. And it's surprising to me that they haven't done that yet.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's the Wild West. Yeah, we've talked about that a bunch.
But
let's move to PGA Tour real quick.
Yeah, we got to talk some golf.
Yeah, because
it's in a great spot right now.
It is in a great spot. We haven't recorded a pod in a while, so the Brooks Koepka situation.
Brooks Koepka just came back from the PGA Tour.
Yep.
Which I didn't say him coming over first, if I'm being transparent.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to be cool, just cashing checks and just hanging out, you know?
I thought he was a DJ. I thought he was more DJ. But I think we underestimated the want to be a part of the best talent, which I heard some today. I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast talking about how many belts there are in boxing and how many belts there are in the UFC. Like, you know, they have the one championship, they have the UFC, they have the Pride, they got this, they got that. But at the end of the day, everyone knows the best competition's at the UFC. They might not pay always the best, but the best competition is always the UFC, and you're respected the most by playing there. And I think that's what the PGA Tour is getting back to now.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Liv came in and promised them all this money, and they're going to be able to play for majors, and they're going to play less rounds of golf, and they're going to travel way less, and all these other things that they got promised. And
which they are fulfilling. They are doing all those things, But you're saying at the bottom line,
Yeah, they're not being able to play in majors. Like Gooch has to go qualify for a major through the DP World Tour.
sorry. Yeah. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? And
I thought you were talking more about like travel less, play less.
yeah, I mean, the idea they are traveling less, but they're also traveling
Across the world.
across the world.
Yeah.
You know, would you rather fly from Florida to Texas on a Monday and get home Sunday night, or would you rather fly every 2 months to Dubai and fly in a week early because you got to get used to the time change, practice, you got to go to Dubai, go through customs, fly private, yada, yada, yada. It's not, I mean, you don't even fly private because it gets so expensive, where you could fly private in the United States because it's much cheaper.
Sure. I mean, we only have visibility to like the top paid players, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the...
It made sense for the guys that were coming from overseas.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the live is... I don't know. I just don't like... There's some college NCAA people who signed with live already that were like high prospects. And it's confusing on why. I guess the idea would be they make money immediately and could play on a tour and get used to that type of golf and then leave and then try the PGA Tour. Then you got to go through Q school still because you don't ever have your tour card.
I think that I can see why, unless you think that you are going to hit the ground running and like win some Corn Ferry Tour events and then be on the PGA Tour. I do understand that aspect of it. If you were already established on the PGA Tour, that's where it was very confusing to me. I get it. It was the money situation, but like that was still confusing to me 2, 3, whatever years ago it's been. But if you're coming out of college now and they offer you like $50 million.
But they're not offering these kids $50 million.
Are they offering them like 10?
I doubt it.
I'd be very curious actually what those contracts are.
We should look it up. We should look it up.
Do you have a name?
No, I don't. I don't have a name. I know I just saw some people, some kids get
try to
signed.
see if you can do that because I feel like I have a thought that I can speak to really quickly is if they are offering them $5 to $10 million, let's just call it like a very reasonable contract for them to be under contract for 2 years. I think that's a good situation in their mind because it's guaranteed money. And they are guaranteed to pocket $5 to $10 million. And you're guaranteed that competitive golf where the Corn Ferry Tour, you might not make it. Like let's say in the event you'd never win or or you get hurt or something happens. You fall like a little slump in your game, whatever it is, and then you can't break through and get your PGA Tour card. That might be it. That might be enough, especially if they're in a tough position financially. That's where I do think it might be more beneficial to just take the money in that situation and take the safe route if you're not confident in your game to make the tour. So
that makes sense.
Did you find
I did find a little information. This is just going to be from the Google Chat GPT, whatever. Frederick Ketrup offering a financial number that you can't turn your back from to bypass traditional feeders tour, while specific smaller tier contracts figure for college players are not always publicly disclosed. No matter what these deals, young players get to compete in a league with $22 million purse per individual event. Some kids sign for less than, $200,000 with the hopes of making more in player earnings, while some of these top names deal in, the upper, like in the millions.
Okay.
So the
idea is that per year?
Yeah. So I guess the idea is they sign these kids to something they can live with, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, but then they get to compete in a tournament with $22 million, and the fields are less per event. So you're playing for $22 million per event. So
that's the purse is,
and the
right?
idea is that it's a feeder league. I don't think live being a feeder league is a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't mind that either.
It's not a bad idea. Now, should the top talent be there? That's the argument.
It just really puts a hindrance on the Corn Ferry Tour.
I think you go Corn Ferry Tour, live is like a step to the right of Korn Ferry and above it, and then PGA Tour is like a small little
Back
kitty
in
cat.
line.
Yeah, like you're kind of like doing this.
Yeah.
Like it's maybe some tour pros who want to be in more team events can take a step back and play in the live event tours.
And then where does the DP World Tour fit in? On the other side of live?
I mean, it's on the other. It's on the complete other. DP World Tour is just a way of just honing your skills. I think, like, you know, it's a way of qualifying for majors and X, Y, and Z. You know, like I don't think it's a viable league, but I would say live is probably the second most popular league.
Yeah.
Behind PGA Tour now. But anyway, so going back to what Brooks Koepka did, commend him for coming back. He opted out of all types of ways of making money. He paid a big, hefty thing to charity, and everyone's like, oh my God, that's so crazy. It's just a tax write-off.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, he would probably have to pay X amount of dollars in charity and tax write-off anyway, since they throw a donation in his name. It's just a tax write-off. It's a good gold star. Cool, you donated charity, you get a write-off X amount off your taxes.
It is a good chunk of change, though. It's $5 million.
Yeah,
but still, it's a lot of tax.
I mean, how
much?
How much was he going to pay in taxes this year?
A shit ton of money.
Probably like close to the millions, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I mean, even being in Florida, probably less than that, but around there.
Whatever, dude. I mean, these guys are making so much dumb money anyways. It's like, whatever.
He's going to make $5 million in
next
6 months with Nike being back on the tour.
100%.
Like, you know what I mean? And then the big one is that he has to opt out of the future earnings thing.
That's exactly it.
That one would hurt more than anything else, I feel like.
Yeah, wasn't that like 5 years and it equates to like 50 to 75 mil or something like that?
Yeah, that's kind of fucked.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That seems like a big ouchie. Maybe a couple years, keep him out of it. That's fine. But, you know, if you're thinking about...
also, though, like his main contract was what, like 250 million?
Yeah, so we really lost. So he made 200 million for going to live, and you got to go play for a little bit and come back.
Right.
So you basically just take out
basically
50.
just a little slap on the wrist.
I mean, that's what people are like, oh my God.
It's also only open, I heard, unless it changed, fact check me on this, but it's only open to prior major winners.
Yeah.
So
that's
like Rahm, Cam Smith,
Brooks
and Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah. I think if Liv is smart, you let anyone come back. Anyone you want.
Oh, you mean the PGA Tour is smart?
Yeah, sorry. Let anyone come back.
I know.
It just doesn't make sense. Obviously, those are the names you care about. That's the only names I really care about coming back, like Joaquin Phoenix, I've kind of already forgotten about.
Yeah.
Pito Herrera, retired.
Joaquin
Neiman. There you go.
Yeah.
Joaquin Neiman.
Pito Herrera was a nice pull. I liked Abraham Answer as well.
Abraham would be great to see come back.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's, you know, the PGA Tour released their new marketing. It's like where the best are played at. Come watch where the best are at. And it's like, hey.
True.
Not wrong now.
Yeah.
Brooks coming back and just basically admitting that, like, he sucks because the competition is garbage.
Yeah. It's crazy.
True. I mean, like, there's just...
It's good. It's good publicity for the PGA Tour.
And then even Greg Norman came out when he got kicked off of Liv. He's like, I never had any hate towards the PGA Tour. I've only done this to, like, help enhance, and I stand by that. X, Y, and Z.
Whatever. I didn't actually see what he said. But
yeah, just things like that where he's like, you know, I don't hate the PGA Tour. It's like, yeah, I get it. A person who could never come back is Phil. Phil has a black card. He needs to stay at Liv forever.
Yeah.
I don't need to see Phil at a PGA Tour event.
He's good. He talks so much shit. On X and Instagram. He's obnoxious, dude.
I mean, he's a diehard, and like, go ahead, man. You chose your path. You chose the money.
That's fine. That's fine. He's gonna be on if he even were to come back anyways, he would be on the Champions Tour. We'd never see him anyway.
But he probably can't. I mean, I don't think he can play on the Champions Tour anymore.
Why? Because of Liv?
PGA Tour affiliated.
Yeah. Are you? But he was a major champion though, so he could potentially come back, right?
Yeah, I don't think they would even let that happen.
Yeah. So interesting, this whole debacle, you know?
I just feel like
It's a little bit of politics, and you know what? That's cool with me. It's more drama.
It's cool with me because at least now we're understanding where the best competition lives. Like, yeah, sure, it doesn't have music on the tee box. It might not be as fun, but like, still trying to win the American Express has some juice to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's still that prestige of having to play 4 rounds of golf, cuts, not making money, like being stressed, like history, prestige, like all that stuff really matters, especially in golf. And it's funny to me to even think that Liv could rob people of that, throw money at the problem, and think that would fix. It'd be like if the NFL, like some Saudi league came by and was like, we're starting our own NFL, we're paying everyone double. And then being like, cool, there might be some guys who go for sure, but then you're not in the NFL. Like you win,
right.
You win the Super Bowl. Like that's not the Super Bowl.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean, dude.
Like it's not the same. Now, do I think the PGA Tour needs to change? Yeah. I think the PGA Tour needs to go to a paywall and pick a platform. Go to Netflix, go to Paramount Plus. UFC just did it. Watched the fights this weekend, and they were stellar. The production was stellar. The marketing was awesome.
I messed it up. I didn't realize they were on Paramount, and I did not watch.
Yeah, it's on Paramount Plus. The rest for the end of time for right now.
Yep.
Bro, I was able to log in, get the fights, no issue.
So nice. I was like thinking, I gotta try to find it somewhere. I gotta maybe purchase it. I didn't. I totally forgot it was on Paramount.
I think Paramount Plus would be a stellar place for golf. I think every golfer who watches tour events, if you promised less commercials and promised like a price of $40 a year, I think most people who watch golf would do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the less commercials would be awesome. Show more shots.
Just show more shots.
Show more of everyone. Just show constant.
A little bit more color commentary too.
Yeah.
Mic up people.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more caddy mic ups. A little bit more conversation, mid-talk interviews. 100%. Fun little stupid games. Like get a little bit of like get some announcers in there that are like the TNT announcers for basketball. It used to be like get a little Shaquille, get like a Bart. Like I think Kevin Kisner is great in there. Like people like that where you can Colton Host.
Yeah, Colton Host is great.
I like him.
Trevor Immelman's great too. I like the way that they're going and more of the on-course interviews and all that stuff. It's trending in the right direction. It just needs to happen more quickly, it feels like, because YouTube golf has taken such a big stride in viewership. And it's like we got to start incorporating that in the professional world, which guys are not going to like. But, I mean, it's going to help you get paid more.
Maybe
just like let them, or you're saying like you want like a YouTube channel to like host?
Yeah, like let Bob Does Sports in esports, they have people called watch parties where you can watch like your favorite content creators watch the esport, and they get crazy views. Could you imagine if we watched, the PGA Tour with Bob Does Sports?
Yeah, you could do that with Barstool, like the internet or the internet invitational or whatever it's called, and have them like host it all, and they can just like rotate, and it's just a constant thing without any commercials.
Yeah,
they can take breaks whenever they want to. They can pass off the mics to other guys.
It's just like do something where you can increase your viewership. But shout out to Scotty Scheffler winning the American Express too.
Bro, he is on fire right now.
He's gonna have a career-breaking year.
He's unbelievable. I saw
right now.
You're okay. Keep going on your thought. I'm going to find you a stat.
I thought watching him play. Now, the American Express to me is a really fun tournament to watch. Pretty surprising how low they go in this tournament, considering how hard the PGA West course is.
Just goes to show you, though, that if there's no rough, these guys are tearing the course apart.
Yeah, if there's no rough, there's no punishment.
Yeah.
But like, it used to be an extremely tough course, like top 10 hardest courses to play in the PGA Tour at one point. And I heard they dumbed it down a lot. And the American Express is becoming like a flagship tournament to go play in. And we've kind of talked about this, that they need more of those. And watching Scotty Scheffler go out there, and I don't know, looked like he was never going to lose the tournament once he got into the top 5. Was pretty amazing. I think he's going to have a record-breaking year. His chipping looks unbelievable again.
Did you tune in a little bit?
Yeah, watch some of his chipping. Every time I saw him chip the ball, it felt like it was like 4 feet.
He's been like that for like the last year, bro. It's crazy. His strokes gain are insane. And now that he's like a good putter, he's just unstoppable.
I just feel like he just has all the assets. His hand's not cut. His wife looks pregnant again.
Oh, yeah. She's pregnant again.
I mean, that's like his 3rd kid. He's just throwing live rounds in there. I think he's going to have a record-breaking year this year. I think it's going to be hard to beat.
So he's, to your point, he's kind of already doing it as well, because in like the last like couple years, he's put together some historic numbers. So players to win 20 or more times on the PGA Tour, including 4 majors before the age of 30 in the modern era: Jack Nicklaus, Tiger, and Scotty. The difference between Scotty Scheffler being at number 1 ranked in the world and Rory McIlroy, which is number 2, is currently the same differential between McIlroy and Kang, who is ranked 677th in the world.
Holy shit.
So 1 to 2, and then 2 to 677 is the gap, basically. That's how big 1 and 2 is.
So it's like him, Rory,
and then like everyone else just beneath.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that wild, bro?
Wow.
Most PGA Tour wins last 5 seasons. Scotty's got 20. Rory's got 10. Scotty Scheffler, by 4 or more shots, has 9. And then Xander Schauffele has 6.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Okay, and then here's this one. In his last 13 PGA Tour starts, he's won 7 times and has not finished worse than T8. 1, T4, 1, T7, T6, T8, 1, T3, 1, T4, 1. Since last May, Scotty has 5 wins by 4 more shots, 3 finishes outside the top 5. This man is just on fire.
Yeah.
On fire.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Kind of like us, that golf sim spot.
Bro, Birdhouse is where it's at, bro.
Let's touch on a little personal golf story.
And then we'll wrap it up. Because we're at that, like, it's going to be an hour.
Right. We're keeping our pods, gotta keep it under an hour.
We got to keep them more concise, man. We can ramble, we can yap, but we don't really need that for the people. And you know what? I want to hang out with my buddy as well, other than the pod. So
you know what? We gotta do what we gotta do. But
sorry, we're being selfish.
Yeah. Andrew and I played in a golf simulator tournament. Shout out Birdhouse in Laguna Hills, I think, technically, or Laguna Niguel, El Toro area. It's around there. Unbelievable. Me and you played in a lot of tournament golf, a lot of special golf, and I would say hands down my favorite tournament we've ran all year or been a part of, besides maybe the Barstool Classic.
Those are exceptions for sure.
Was that golf sim tournament. I don't know what it was, whether it was the atmosphere, being something new we haven't done before, or just being thrown back into competition with golfers and kind of like stepping. I think what was cool is we stepped into something we'd never done before which seemed like some very good groups. It was a scramble tournament, 18 holes. You don't know the course before you play it. Mm-hmm. You have to putt it out unless it's 4 feet.
Yep. Which is tight.
So I don't think we had many gimmies that were like from the green. We had to putt everything within 4 feet.
Which is very, very difficult when
boys played well
putting on a sim. I think the one thing that made it very, very fun is when you're playing in a tournament, you're playing essentially by yourself. No one's watching. There's nothing that's happening that is imminent that is happening around your game. You kind of just like block out some of the noise. You don't have to check your app on your phone to see the live results. Sometimes they don't even work anyway. So you're just like, what's the point in your own world? What's the point of this? Exactly. You're in your own world. And here you're playing at the same time. You can walk around to just different bays. You can check where everyone else is at.
Have a beer.
You can have a beer and hang out. The culture is super cool. But I think it's that feeling of people walking over to us being like, oh, you guys were 1 under? Like, oh, and we're like, where are you guys at? Blah, blah, blah. And we're like all competing and we're all going at the same time, still playing the same course. I think that visibility to all of that is what made it more intense and more fun.
Yeah, and it took us, we were the slowest round out there, which I think we were just trying to get used to it mainly.
I think we started later as well.
Yeah, maybe too.
We were like a hole behind.
We were doing some. We are also just historically slower golfers when it comes to competition. But when they came to the last 3 holes, we were tied for second going into the last 3 holes.
Yep.
And everyone else was done. First place was at 5 under. We were at 2 under, tied for 2 under, and we needed a birdie on one of the holes to win it. And I think we went.
I got a scorecard actually right there.
Yeah, the last 3 holes we went birdie, par, birdie to win it.
Yeah, that was fire.
And we had
that birdie on 16 tied it, and then we just needed to birdie one of the last 2, and the last one was like a very, very gettable par 5.
Long par 5, 541 yards.
Yeah.
And the boys just kind of came out and had to play golf in front of people.
Yeah, it was really fun. Because we were the last ones out there, dude. That was intense. Everyone else like came and sat right behind us on the tables.
Just hanging out, watching some boys hit into a sim.
Yeah, that was fun, dude.
I got a little nervous to the point where I'm like, I want to speed it up so people aren't watching you.
Yeah.
You know, tell me to calm down a little bit.
Tell you to slow down.
Because I mean, we were still playing for $75, and if we, somehow win, which that's not the case at that point, we would have won $300 and something.
Yep. 300, right? And then second is get your money back,
which is great,
dude. I'd vibe out and play all day.
So we were locked in trying to win that second place and stellar course, and we ended up birdieing walk-off birdie on 18.
So sick. You drained that putt as well. I think I knocked it to like 8 feet, then you drained the putt right after. You nuked a drive, great fairway, wood or hybrid to lay up to 40 yards. I'd chip it to 8 feet, and then you knock in the putt. Was a very tough chip.
Yeah, it was just, and it's just golf sims in general. I feel I gotta show you the video on my phone of your drive swing right now, and look at what you're doing in the sim. You can instantly tell the new drive swing you're doing is way more controllable. Just by the look of it, and I think it's part of it because you fix the sleeve so you don't feel like you have to hold on to it as much.
Yeah.
But also, you can go in there, you can see how bad your contact is. You can see what you're looking at, and you can start feeling out numbers too. Like you're actually trying to hit numbers where you're going to the range, you're like aiming at spots.
Right. So true.
Like you're aiming like, okay, I want to hit that. Where if you're playing a golf round, you're like, I need to hit a 30 number and have it roll out 20. So I need to hit this like this. And maybe it's not the best feedback in the whole world, but you're still trying to hit a number. And that's where the simulator is like extremely accurate, is like the number spot of it. Maybe it doesn't always represent the rollout super well or the trajectory of the shot.
Or how it affects maybe with the wind. I get all of that, the external factors. But at the end of the day, when you're showing up at the golf tournament or the golf course and you need to hit a 165 shot, and then you can factor in everything else around that.
But you know what a 165 feels like.
Exactly. Or you know what an 85-yard shot feels like.
Okay, well, golf sim, I'd hit a 9-iron. I know grass out here,
sure.
I'm hitting 8. Or whatever. And it's just a good time, man.
I do like the feedback. I want to touch on that really quickly on the strike point. This simulator place that we go to, the Birdhouse, has very, very great feedback where you don't even need to have the club like dotted up where like GC Quad does. It's just this like separate different function. It's essentially GC Quad, but it's a different functionality or a different camera system.
From above where like TrackMan sits from behind.
Yeah. But it has multiple camera angles, so you're able to have lefty, righty, swing, track it. But it gives you that like contact, the closing rate, all the numbers, and you don't have to have any of the dots on any of your clubs, which is awesome. So it's a very expensive machine. I'd be very curious what it actually costs. It's got to be more than your standard TrackMan and GC Quad. But you can see the contact point as well. And you can see how the golf ball interacts with the golf club and get that immediate feedback. Because sometimes it is, for me, we're not professionals. I don't know where I hit it on the face sometimes.
And it's nice to know, like, toe. Okay, if I hit it off the toe, it's better than I hit it off the hosel. If when I hit off the hosel, it goes terrible, or some vice versa. Maybe you're better missing on the inside of the club than the outside of the club.
Yeah.
It also shows you how forgiving these golf clubs can be.
Yeah, bro. We are dotting it all over the face.
All over the face, and it's still hitting it to like an okay spot.
For sure.
So definitely give your local golf sim a shot if you haven't yet. And if I can suggest one to you, go to Birdhouse.
Yeah, if you're in the Laguna Hills area.
Go to Birdhouse. Shout out Birdhouse.
Don't do what you're gonna do with this pod though. You don't need to share this place to everyone. We can keep it a little secret between us.
Between us, you know.
But share the
viewers.
hell out of this podcast.
Yeah, share the podcast. That's a great segue. Like, comment, subscribe, share the podcast. You know, talk to your friends about it. Get that messenger pigeon we're talking about. Send that out.
Yep.
You got anything else for the people, buddy?
Nope. Good stuff, buddy.
Just a reminder, keep swinging and we're in the cabbage. I forgot my outro.